I got a question for y'all. Is Gucci Mane a snitch or a civilian? Y'all know he just dropped a diss track confirming everything the feds allege Pooh Shiesty and his crew did. Some people feel he a civilian and some feel he a snitch. By the end of the video, y'all tell me what you think. But Uncle Murda crashed out on Gucci. This your boy Music 101, the street reporter, and I'm back with another video. Let's get into it. Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda got a podcast called The Real Report, and they spoke on Gucci and Pooh Shiesty's situation. And Uncle Murda let it be known from the beginning, he not feeling what Gucci did.
Gucci Mane. Just dropped Crash Dummy, produced by Zaytoven. You know, how you feel about that, man?
I don't like it.
Addressing, why you don't like it? Because he's addressing the whole Pooh Shiesty case, and you know they in court right now, and you know they in jail.
I feel like he ratting on the record.
So you don't feel like
I'm not a fan of the record. I'm not a fan of. I'm actually mad at Zaytoven for producing it. I think he shouldn't have been a part of that shit neither.
But you can't tell Zaytoven not to work with Gucci, man. Shout out to Zaytoven, notorious producer. They
I think he
did plenty of hits. He's gonna always ride with Gucci, man, no matter what. I got records with Gucci, man.
Uncle Murda say he feel like Gucci snitching on the track. When I dropped my 40-minute video speaking on it, the comment section was definitely 50-50. Some feel like he's snitching. Some saying Gucci a civilian, businessman, also a family man, and he's not in the streets no more. But before we continue, let's see what's the qualifications for a street wigger to convert into a civilian. After doing a little research, it's 5 key points that determine, are you a civilian? 1, they can't be involved in no beef, no street activity or anything illegal. Now when it comes to beef or street activity, he dropped a song called No Diddy a year ago where he spoke about getting a couple wiggers whacked. No Diddy, he'll blow up your car like Kid Cudi and get you touched like Biggie. No Diddy. Yeah, it's music, but it goes back to the image he portraying. If you're a civilian, present yourself as a civilian. You can't be half and half. You can't be halfway in the streets and halfway a civilian. It just don't work like that. The second qualification, we're gonna get into it right after this next clip.
You know what I mean? But right now, I mean, I think how the public perceives it is, you know, Gucci Mane was the original grave digger. You know what I'm saying? Go bury, pick up your dead mans. You know what I'm saying?
We
just watched that. We just watched that at the Verses.
Smoking on Pookie Load tonight. I tell you what.
And now you hear the song, you know, talking about allegedly what Pooh Shiesty did to him. When I seen Pooh Shiesty with shouting out Yo Gotti on FDO, I knew something was wrong.
That's
like
the
something
hardest
was
record
going
out
on
right now. Hardest
and then,
out.
Right, shout to Free Pooh Shiesty,
Free
Big
Pooh
30.
Shiesty.
You know, hopefully, you know, they work out the situation, right? Now, I'm thinking in my mind that when I heard him say shout out to Yo Gotti on there, I felt like he wasn't messing with Gucci. You know what I'm saying? At that point. But the allegations, we heard the allegations 3 months ago, you know, and now the feds come sweeping in. Right?
Yep.
As I said in my last video, for Gucci not to see it was tension between him and Pooh Shiesty, or just ignore the fact that it was tension between him and Pooh Shiesty, it just shows you how detached Gucci is from reality. Like Tony Yayo say, he's seen there was issues when Pooh Shiesty shouted out Yo Gotti. Gucci blocked Pooh Shiesty and Glorilla's song from coming out, basically stopping Pooh Shiesty from making money. You owe him money. And he made a post when he first got out and said nobody looked out for him but his dad and his cameraman. Not even the label. But Gucci went into this meeting thinking everything was cool. Let's continue.
I know people disappointed in Gucci, man. I'm disappointed in Gucci.
I mean,
I know people disappointed in Gucci, and it's looking bad. Like all the shit he promoted, and on that record, how he's trying to act like, so what? Like he's pressing charges, like you still signed to me, so what, and all that. I don't know. That shit is whack.
Dummy.
Yeah, that shit is whack.
And you're still signed to me?
Yeah, whack. That's whack to me.
I mean, that's how a lot of people feel. They feel like it's not a diss record, it's a snitch record. But I mean, you gotta put this in mind, no Merc. He's a businessman now. He got a family. His wife Keisha Kior, you know, she says she controls a lot of the business. So I think it was more of a business.
Gucci rep for the streets. He had a lot of them young boys crashing out.
Yeah, the streets love him, but he's changed. It's not the same Gucci as before. And I think people got to understand that. It's not the same Gucci.
What Tony Yayo just said is what a lot of y'all said in my comments. It's his wife, Keisha. He a family man. he had to report it to the insurance company. And that's a good point, which bring up my second qualification to be a civilian. You gotta change your lifestyle. You gotta have a legit job or business, focus on family and building a life that don't revolve around the streets. And even though I feel like he violated the first qualification, I think he mastered the second qualification. He run a legit business, he is a family man, and his life don't revolve around the streets. But a lot of people feel like by him being who he is, and he's so vocal about not snitching, he can't cooperate, even if it's for the insurance money. He gotta take that loss or get it in the streets. And that's how Uncle Murda feel. Check it out.
What you think about it?
I feel like it's not the same Gucci as before. I think he's turning into a civilian. And he looks at it as like business. Like, okay, my ring costs $50,000. I got to report that to insurance. My watch is probably $100,000. I got to report that to insurance. So what you tell insurance companies? And then what do you tell Atlantic when you sign, you know, the biggest artist in the world, Pooh, Shiesty, over to Yo Gotti to get him?
Gucci supposed to take it to the streets.
Gucci
supposed to take it to the streets.
I mean, that's what the whole world is saying. You know what I'm saying?
He supposed to take it to the streets.
The whole world is saying you're supposed to take it to the streets.
Keep it in the streets, Gucci. Keep it in the streets, man.
That's what the whole world
I
is
see
saying.
some interviews with him talking about how he would never snitch.
And I feel you.
So he supposed to stick to that, man.
But do you agree this is a new Gucci man? I
mean, obviously.
To be honest, I think Tony Yayo trying to soften the blow on the Gucci backlash, and Uncle Murda peeped it. It's not giving me the normal Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda vibe. And you can see where Tony Yayo tried to switch the topic, but Uncle Murda like, nah, check it out.
There's a lot of static, man. There's a lot of drama in the rap game, man.
Gucci went out sad, man.
Who else?
And I don't want anybody to feel like people be bashing on the whole Atlanta, because it's solid in Atlanta, you know what I mean? It's official niggas in Atlanta.
Shout out to the whole Atlanta, man.
It's just the rappers.
When
it's the rappers. It's you rap from Atlanta that's making Atlanta look crazy. But it's official niggas and real niggas in Atlanta. But it seemed like the rappers from Atlanta is looking real suspect right now. Y'all looking too friendly with the police and that making statements.
The way I see it, this is the way I see it. I feel like these guys made enough money just to say, I'm a civilian now.
No. All that.
No,
you can't make all that money off of rapping the streets and talking the streets. You encouraging niggas to do shit, and now you a civilian.
I feel what you saying. Niggas are gonna still write the music, but hearing what I'm saying is, you went out like a damn crash dummy, and you still signed to me. That sounds like a civilian now. That sounds like
but that's corny though.
Why Tony Yayo keep rapping that part like he trying to rub it in or something? But that led me to my third qualification to be a civilian. No picking sides, no involvement in conflict. You gotta stay neutral. And we know when it come to CMG and PRE, Gucci let it be known who he with. He dropped a song called Long Lil Dolph, and he said, same wiggers wanna be you, be the one that come and kill you. And he also said he can't go silent like violent, we still outside. Is that civilian talk? Y'all get in the comments and let me know. But let's continue.
I'm not saying it's not corny. You're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm just saying you got to see these guys' points. Can I see that?
I can't see his point. If a rat that used to be, if a nigga rat that used to be rapping the streets.
I'm not saying I see their points. I see how they feel. They civilians now. Me and you was not civilians. We gonna forever have beef with or whatever it may be. I'm not saying me and you. I'm not saying what they saying is doing right. But what I'm saying to you is in their mind, let me see that. We still sharing blunts?
See, Tony Yayo not reading the room. Every show, they share a spliff. Since Yayo been vouching for Gucci, Murda like, nah, you can't hit this, bro. But here's where things start to escalate. Murda, he don't want to hear that Gucci civilian or his wife made him do it. Murda feel like Gucci straight violated. Check it out.
That's what
you repeating these lyrics too much for me. I don't.
Like I like the record.
I'm not feeling.
He sound like Gucci, a civilian.
But he can't. You can't sound like a civilian after being a gangster for 20-some years because some street happened to you.
Well, my point
That's what I'm saying. Some street. To this
I
nigga.
agree.
Now he want to sound like a civilian, and now niggas want to try to push the narrative on some Keisha.
Who's pushing
him or whoever they try to say Keisha making them do it?
Look, I'm telling you. Look, I'm not saying nobody's making them do it, right? I'm just telling you that in the real world, you have street and you have people that don't care about that.
Well, he went and signed them statements. Is looking like they got Pooh.
And I'm not agreeing.
Right,
look, and I'm not agreeing with that at all.
I said he went and laid them vocals down. She ain't laid them vocals down in that studio.
No, she was saying all that. The battery in the back.
Them vocals you just spit, all that, whatever he said.
I wasn't spitting.
All that.
Lines, brother.
All I'm trying to say is she ain't say those lines. She ain't say those lines. He went in that studio and wrote them lines. She ain't his ghostwriter. So that nigga thought of all that sucker say on them records and said that. That's all I'm saying, brother. Is he did some sucker and even if she got in his head, why you all that? No, I'm just saying because I don't like when sucker happen like that.
Now, I do understand both sides. I understand people saying he not a street wigger no more. He changed his life. He a businessman. He a family man. He a husband. He a civilian. I understand it because when you in the streets, people look at you like you need to change. You need to get your life together. So when a person do get their life together, are we still gonna hold them by street rules? Because when they was in the streets, y'all was saying they need to get out the streets and get their life together. So when a person do it, y'all still hold them against the same street principles that y'all told them or felt like they shouldn't abide by. And then I understand the other side of the coin. Like Uncle Murda say, Gucci been preaching no snitching for 20 years. He been leading kids down the wrong path for 20 years. He still kind of dibble and dab with street talk and street politics. The streets don't look at Gucci as a civilian. They look at Gucci as the one that allegedly unalived Pookie Loc. They look at Gucci as the trap god. They look at Gucci as Mr. 1017. They don't see a civilian. And when he get on the track, he ain't speaking from a civilian standpoint. He's speaking from guap. So I get both sides.
You know how many niggas that nigga misled for these years I had out here banging and doing all this street selling drugs, killing and doing all this crazy and now he a rat, now he a civilian because his niggas ain't around. Get the out of here, man. Gucci a sucker. Hey. There was some sucker. And ain't no excuse for his girl now. His niggas ain't around. Nah, he was out here having niggas going crazy. He went in that record. His girl ain't write that record for him. His girl ain't write that record for him. Look, brother. His girl ain't. She might have. His girl ain't write that record for him. You
gotta let me talk, brother. You gotta let me.
You been talking. You gotta let me talk. I'm talking. I'm getting my point out right now. You was just talking. You know, however I'm expressing myself, I'm expressing it, brother. Let me talk though, my nigga. You just talk for 10 minutes straight. It's my turn. I'm telling you. Gucci did. I'm telling you the shit that Gucci did. I'm telling you the Gucci did. Nigga was some sucker. And you trying to tell me something?
I'm telling you.
In his head. I don't give a about that.
No, I'm telling you.
All I'm trying to say is that nigga had niggas out here wilding for years. That nigga
just said I agree with you, nigga. Calm down. Why you screaming in the camera right now?
I want to scream in the camera. I'm talking. I don't have to calm down. I'm getting my point across. You talk a lot. Now I'm talking, and I'm letting the people know how I feel about the Gucci situation. And that's how I feel about it. I don't feel there's no excuses, so I'm not gonna sit up here and give you no scenario about Keisha and this and no. The nigga did some sucker. She don't write his lyrics. He went in that studio and laid them lyrics down himself. He wrote those bars and all that. Some corny Gucci.
But y'all get in the comments and tell me what you believe, what you think. And the fourth qualification that determine is you a civilian or not, you gotta be consistent. If you're a family man, businessman, husband, you gotta be consistent. You can't be saying, oh, you a civilian and acting like it for a couple of years, but every now and then you get on some street shit. It don't work like that. Just a year ago, you were saying that you could get people touched like Biggie. That's not civilian talk. You're not consistent. And that also lead me to my last qualification of being a civilian, and that's setting boundaries. Once you leave the street life, don't revisit it. Don't glorify it. Don't talk about, oh, I was doing this, I was doing that, because that's not a civilian mentality. Talk about how you became a great father, a great businessman, a great husband. But y'all get in the comments and let me know, is Gucci a snitch or a civilian? Like, comment, subscribe, turn on all post notifications. It's free. Do it for me. Hey, do me a favor. Look down right there to the bottom left and hit that like button for me. Hit that like button right there. I appreciate it. Now continue watching. Promo alert if you need promo. DM me on Instagram at music101CEO. $30 for one promo video on my YouTube. $50 for 3 promo videos on my YouTube, $70 for 6 promo videos on my YouTube, and $130 for 12 promo videos on my YouTube channel. Make sure y'all tap in and get that promo if you want to win.
Charleston White, Rick Baby, Bruce Cannon, and the ultimate
Five step, I'm the leader of this 8 shit.